Hi guys, I'm Susan. I work with my business partner Jennifer with our business Orange Light Energy. We do a lot of energy healing and clearing services. Today I wanted to talk about the guilt release session, be a little understanding of what it is that gets done, why we do this way, how it could impact you. So this session came from a client request. That is often how sessions come for Jennifer and I. It's, somebody will ask us if there's a way for us to help them with a particular issue, or, something will show up in another session that makes us question and asks a little bit about what does it mean? What can we do with that? So this one, where to start? So it wasn't originally about guilt. I was asked about a physical symptom. And when I looked for that symptom in her energy to see if it was something we could address, it looked like a dark organic substance similar to the slime you see that children play with. For her, it was around the area of the head in particular. But then when I was working my own healing, I found it in my own leg. So I started to question, what is this? What is it about? And through the questions that I asked and the work that I did, they started to explain to me, this is guilt. This is how guilt manifests. It can be in the energy, but it can also be in the physical form. It's a really complicated energy, really destructive. They will talk to me as guilt as a toxin. It's something that once it's in your system, once you've got guilt in there, it will amplify. If you think about it, guilt, it creates more trauma. If you're feeling guilty, then it will amplify, it will repeat. Your actions will come from that place of guilt, and you will continue to compound this wound. I'm just reading from the webpage where we say guilt acts as a toxin within the human body. It can create new traumas, make us feel deserving of struggle, make us doubt and fear our own behaviors, fear what we are capable of, fear repeating past actions and outcomes. But guilt can also manifest as physical pain, prolonged health conditions, or deterioration of physical or mental abilities. Guilt has the ability to move and to grow within the body, manifesting differently for each depending on where in the body it is being held. So this is a wound that has a lot of different aspects to it, and it's not only from this lifetime. What have you done in your past lifetimes that have brought this guilt that is now carrying forward and compounding what you're experiencing in this time? So we had to find a way to work on this that can address all of the different aspects of it. There's the physical, the emotional, the energetic levels of this. So for this session, the energy work is the most important part. There will be a short message that comes through from Archangel Metatron about, how you move forward or whatever he knows is important to you. But the primary part of this session is the energy work. So this is the grid from this session. The grids always are channeled. They amplify and carry the energies of the work that we do. This is my work area. The grid is the base. This is where I invite your energy on when we're doing the work. This is our foundation. When I'm doing this work, we do it on all versions of your soul, all incarnations, all versions, to make sure we're getting all of this, as much of it as we possibly can. Of course, as with all things within this lifetime, it depends on what is your path. What are the lessons and the learning you had chosen for this time? But, doing this kind of work helps you to heal on a soul level. It helps you to reprogram your energy. So for this session, I set the energies to be received the night before we meet. Whenever anything gets sent at night, it's always with the intention that it come while you're sleeping in a way that will not disturb you. But after that initial burst of energies, these energies will be repeated every night for the next 21 nights. 21 is a key number in healing. It's what, for me, is always about cellular reprogramming. If you're reprogramming anything, 21 is a magical number for that. So we're bringing these energies, kind of a vibration of it, an echo of this, a repetition of these energies every night, to just bring these same energies to you, to repeat this, to bring it in a way that it can be accepted. Because this is about changing perspectives, changing understandings. So the work that we do, I'm going to look at my notes because I want to make sure I go through all of it correctly. The first thing we do is to clear karmic debt. No, karmic debt is about balance. It's about these things that carry weight for you. All of us, all these lifetimes of light and dark, you're learning a lesson, you learn it from all aspects. But sometimes when you're following that darker path, if you've impacted a lot of souls, you've got a lot to pay back. And if it's something that has created strong feelings of guilt for you, anything that you've got back there that you're repaying debt about that is creating guilt for you is going to amplify this. It's going to make it harder for you to step out of it. It's going to keep repeating these patterns within your life because that is how you're repaying the debt. What you have done to others is coming back to you. It's always about balance. So when something continues to happen, you can't move past it. If there's always in every lifetime the energies of guilt held, but then events and actions that amplify that, you're going to stay in this loop. You're going to keep repeating and being stuck in this place where you just, it keeps being in your energy. So we work on clearing karmic debt. To do this, I call forward those with whom you hold karmic debt. It's something you will have agreed to before this lifetime began. They show up and they know why they're here. We do healing for them. We do clearing for them. It's important to them. Often, usually the way that it is you have to be incarnated to clear trauma, but we're giving them an opportunity, anybody who's not incarnated right now, to clear that, or to clear trauma. It may also be some of these souls are incarnated, but they're living a very 3D life. They're never going to go and get a healing, but you're giving them an opportunity to be a part of the amplified energies right now, an opportunity to heal something they may not have otherwise. So it benefits you and it benefits them. Again, it's about balance. But this lifts weight from you. It helps them and it lifts weight from you that allows you to move forward in new ways. So as that is completed, we address how this can pass forward in DNA. So you have physical DNA and energetic DNA. And there's things that can pass forward in both of those. So guilt is something that can carry forward within DNA, which means you've got not only your own guilt, but there may be guilt in there from other members of your energetic DNA, other people who are in this line. What have they done that has created huge feelings of guilt that then has passed forward and amplified what you've already got? You may have things that you've had happen that have been enough to modify the DNA in this way. So you've got your own stuff that is just repeating in your energy, and you can't, prevent that without clearing it from the DNA. So we work with that. We use a portal for that. I work with the dragon energy. We've got some magical language. It's all about clearing the DNA, going in and just clearing from it all residue and traces of guilt that are being held there. Next is my favorite part. So we have this energetic drill, which I should use more often because it's really good at clearing energy. It was a drill that was kind of this angle that came down through the whole energy. It looks like a white gold light. And when you look at it, it's different spinning discs of sacred geometry, Metatron's cube, the flower of life, the seed of life, and one is spinning clockwise and the other one's anti-clockwise, clockwise, anti-clockwise. And they come down through the energy and they're stirring things up. They're clearing things, they're moving things, and we hide this stuff away. We try and pretend it's not there. We don't want to look at it. This drill is going through your energy and it is stirring all of these things. It is clearing things. It's moving things. It's making them accessible, making it so that you can access all of these things. Nothing's getting left behind. It's all getting thrown up to clear. Again, with that, we have some magical language used just to target it. You know, you're looking for guilt. Here's your programming for this. So that's how we address it in the energy, how we're moving this and clearing it within your energy. So the next part we go to is the emotional impacts of guilt. Because guilt, it makes you feel less. It makes you more likely to take blame upon yourself. It makes you feel deserving of punishment, deserving of less. You know, where you're holding guilt, you're going to put others above yourself. You're going to think that you deserve less. So we work with your soul with affirmations, having your soul repeat affirmations. They do it 3 times during the work. So that will be for this 21 days, every day. These will come into the energy 3 times. I do include these in the document at the end so you can work with them yourself if that's something you feel guided to, but it's not necessary if it doesn't feel like something you want to work with. But this, again, repetition brings things into the energy, makes them accepted, absorbed. No, if you say something once, it kind of goes in, but it can be forgotten. If it's this repetition, just bringing the same thing, repeated, it's a much more powerful energy, and it will get absorbed into your energy. You know, you start believing it, you can accept it. So the affirmations that we use, the first grouping is about forgiveness. Forgiving what brought learning to your soul. Forgiving yourself for any pain you may have caused. Forgiving yourself for things that brought feelings of guilt to you. Forgiving yourself. But then you have to release. So you work on releasing the past and embracing who you are now. Releasing what does not serve your highest good. Releasing doubt, releasing fear, releasing guilt. But as you release things, then you're calling things back. I am worthy of joy. I am worthy of love. Calling back to yourself what is rightfully yours. Calling back your power and your strength. Recognizing that you are whole. These are powerful words when you keep bringing them into your energy, repeating them, mantras to yourself. Just, this is who I am. You don't need to be held back by these wounds. So it's all about showing your energy, bringing back this energy to be able to move past something that has been so ingrained. So after that, I work a lot with symbols, with light language, with magical energy. So that again comes in here. We have these symbols that I use with the language, but the translation of this, the essence of what we're doing is I forgive with grace all that brought learning to my soul. We're bringing these energies in, energies of forgiveness, energies of letting go, of recognizing you don't need to hold these things. You don't need that judgment. So as that is done, we do trauma removal and energetic healing. Always like to do this at any opportunity to clear trauma. We hold on to trauma so much. And it's trauma from this lifetime, from past lifetimes. And when you're holding that in your energy, it's going to amplify your reactions and your responses. It's going to pull you back from opportunities because you're always flowing back to what has happened in the past. If something was difficult for you, created trauma in the past, then if that opportunity comes to you again, that's the energies you're pulling from. So it's beneficial for you to be able to let go of that, to keep the learning, but to let the trauma go, because that way you can come to this lifetime from who you are now, from what benefits you now, instead of pulling from what has created struggle for you in the past. But trauma too can create blocks, can create restrictions. It can have a lot of impacts on your energy that you're fighting through it in this lifetime, trying to clear things. So we're giving you the opportunity to just clear things you don't need, whatever's able to be released at this time, and then doing the healing around that. So as that is done, we then will go in and address the physical aspects. Anywhere that this dark oily residue that I was finding is manifested in your body. And when it's there, it can create chronic health symptoms. It can create weaknesses. muscles in your body that struggle, joints that struggle? Do you have a lot of sore throats? Do you get a lot of migraines, a lot of headaches? Do you get pain in your ears? You know, wherever it is, it can be something bigger, or it can just be discomfort. It can be things that are just disruptive to your life. So we go in there and we bring in crystalline energies to those areas. So crystalline energies, essentially it's creation energies. It's pure, clean energies. And we're bringing those energies into these areas that are damaged, that are impacted by this oily residue. Because it's all about restoration. It's about bringing in these new energies to replace anything that's been damaged, to strengthen anything that has been weakened, to bring back what has been lost. So we do that with the crystalline energies. And then there's more code that we put into your energy. This code is like I call back with love all that was lost. That's almost it. I call back all that was lost with love and with grace. You know, what did you lose through this? What are the things that have been impacted? What are the things within your energy that have been diminished by guilt? So we're bringing in this code as a way for, you know, any kind of light code. It's about guidance, it's instructions. So we're putting these symbols and these words into your energy so that you can call back things. It's triggering within your energy, the calling back of what you have lost. Anything that's been given up through guilt, calling back your strength, your power, your health, whatever it is that you are working on. Again, this will relate on what is your path in this time. What lessons were you hoping to learn? Because that we can never override, you know, free will is in there. So as that is done, I bring in the light bearer healing energies, which our light bearer healing session is all about physical healing. It's a collective energy that is used to focus on the physical. So we bring that in to support the crystalline energies, to support the physical form, to bring strength to any areas that have been impacted by this, to help your body to heal and to restore itself. And then as that is done, I surround your entire energy field with golden healing light. This is about amplifying the work, giving you the safe, protected space, a cocoon to receive these energies. You know, an incubator, somewhere to rest while this work is going on. So this is a lot of energy work, and it has a lot of purpose, a lot of intention. And again, these energies are received the first night before we meet, and then again for 21 days. This repetition, every day you're going through this, every day clearing a little karmic debt, every day pulling this out of the DNA, bringing down the drill, doing the affirmations, bringing in these light codes each time. You know, getting the crystalline energies, clearing the trauma each day for 21 days. It's a powerful process, and it will help you to clear things. But because it happens over time, it's a little more gradual. You know, it's not like we grab it all at once. It lets your body do this in a way that allows for the energies to be received in the way that is right for you. You know, you might find that some days it feels like the energies were really strong, and other days it was much less. It's what did you need? Where were you in this journey? What is right for you? As far as how this can impact you, there's a lot of different ways that guilt can impact, and for everybody it is different. When I did this work for myself, I found that I was much more able to stand up for myself, to stand up for the things that felt important to me, to speak up without feeling, feeling that I was putting myself above others, when really I was hiding, I was pulling back. I wanted to I didn't want to force other people to things. I don't know. I'm sure there's a lot of wounds behind it. But I know from other people that have had it, there's people in my life who would describe themselves as people pleasers. You know, people that have this just always answering the phone, always being on call, always being there for other people, and seeing the overwhelm that it brings, and then suddenly being able to be like, you know what, I'm gonna turn my phone off for a while. I'm gonna take a day and go and play golf. I'm gonna take a break. You know, that ability to take time out without worrying that you're letting other people down. It also, there was somebody I did this work from that had been looking for a job for a long time. And you know, you can apply and apply and apply, but if there's blocks in place, if there's reasons this is not working out, then all of a sudden now this person's got 2 job offers because there were blocks there around guilt, around feeling deserving of punishment, you know, feeling deserving of challenge. You know, there's so many different ways that this can impact you. So I'm giving you a few examples that I can think of now. But that just guilt can impact relationships, it can impact your job, it can impact your well-being. You know, there's so many ways it can impact. So I think that's all I really want to talk about with this session. But this to me is one of the most impactful ones on my life. So I wanted to talk about it and explain it, give you the information so you can figure out if you think it would be helpful to you. I'll put the link below. If you have any questions about this work, feel free to reach out to us. You know, our email, the business is orangelightenergy@gmail.com. You can reach out to us. I can answer any questions about this session if anything isn't clear. But yeah, I'm gonna put the link below. Hope this was helpful. Bye.